Hello everybody and welcome. I figured we'd hop on live right now and go make a dungeon together. I have literally no plan. I just figured we'd go live and then together through polls and chat, we'd go make up a dungeon from scratch and we'll see how that goes. And listen, we launched with video and audio, so that is a first for us. And we're going to start off right off the bat with a simple question. I'm going to bounce it over to you folks and I'm going to ask, before we do anything else, what level dungeon should it be? Like, what level do you think the PCs are that are going through this imaginary dungeon of ours? And I'm going to post a poll. Let's see if this works. So you should have gotten a pop-up just now. I'm gonna have a little slurp here in the intro. This is exciting. I could just watch the poll live. See, nobody wants high level dungeon. That's not interesting. 1 to 5 covers the most players. Yeah, I think that's probably true. I think it probably means it's useful for more people. Sadly, Thurn Brico, this is not going to be a real life dungeon. Click here. Yeah, I got it here. Cookie Dude asks if I have seen Project Sigil yet. It seems to be becoming the server. You seem to be becoming the server non-paid shill for it. That's hilarious. No, I got a key to it a while ago, completely unrelated to the YouTube thing. And I never got around to trying it, honestly. I don't play online that much. I'm currently looking into some VTTs for it. Yeah, welcome, Rupapuni. Rupununi. I hope you're going to be able to get a little bit inspired here. That's alright, Cooper. You'll catch the VOD. Graham asks, we're going to do a few questions here just while the polls are trickling in. That's probably how it's going to end most of the time, but it seems to have stabilized here at 74 votes already. Oh my god. Graham asks, what are my considerations for dungeons at different levels? It sounds like a video idea. Well, I think long dungeons are really hard to do when you're at a low level, but and then if you're at a very high level, I think they're also a bit funky. So we're probably, we're selecting tier 1 here. It seems like the people want tier 1, at least a plurality of them. I think the fairest thing to do is now to post a poll again and just have different level ranges, so that people choose out of the winner of the poll. I think if you're doing like a level 1 dungeon crawl, I think it's going to be very difficult. I think at level 1 you're probably best served with a 5-room dungeon. We have a video on that if you haven't seen it. And then you can go on a bit longer as you go on. I'm doing great, Derek. Make a door mimic. I have a door mimic. I have a door mimic mini. Door mimic mini. Still playtesting, says Cookie Dude. Yeah, I haven't tried it. It looks cool. Biomeditator, welcome. Spookats, Spearhead Gaming. Dungeons in level 9 are challenging. Yeah, totally. Greetings. Hello, Poland. Alright, we're going to close the poll here. It seems like tier 1 has won. Alvaro, I'll endeavor to save the VOD. It's always going to be our goal, I think, to try and keep the VODs of these things. I think that's better for everybody. Where am I from? I'm Icelandic. Alright, so tier 1 got picked. And I think that means we now need to ask ourselves, what kind of monster are we going to use? So, let's bounce it over to you folks. Could you tell me what kind of tier 1 monsters you like? Goblins, hobgoblins, or like goblinoids, I suppose. We should probably clump them all into a category. Sahuagin gnolls. We could make a list of this. We'll turn it into a poll in a bit. Kobolds. What are your favorite tier 1 monsters? Don't worry, see Borgium, there's going to be loads of polls. We're going to do this whole thing together. Sometimes I'll just ask for suggestions, and I'll take whatever I'm most excited by, but sometimes if I really am okay with any result, we'll do a little poll, and we'll see where we land. And then maybe this could be some kind of a series while we finish up this dungeon. It's not going to be a short dungeon. I think we're going to make a long dungeon. Kobolds, water, Fey Goblins. Oh my god, there's so many. Hang on. Start a poll. Ba 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 ba. Water, ooze. Somebody said thieves. I think that's like a theme, but we can make humans be here. But actually, you know what? I'm okay with thieves. You know, pirates could also be fun. Hang on, I'm only allowed 4 options. This is a trash poll. Worst poll. No fun. Bullywugs, kobolds, mushroom men. I think we need to narrow the scope of the inquiry. Okay, hang on. Ukatoa? That's Critical Role. I'll get sued for that. So we're gonna narrow the scope of the inquiry here. I think we're gonna need classic monsters. We're gonna put them into categories, right? Kobolds, goblinoids. We're gonna do vibes based. Water, fire, or that's element based. What's a vibe? Theme. Pirates, thieves. Funky dungeon. Here we go. What's the overall category of dungeon? If you don't like the idea of sitting here watching me type out polls, this stream isn't going to be for you. I think that's mostly what we're doing. Myconid enjoyers. I love myconids. We could do a myconid dungeon. So there are 4 categories: classic monsters, vibes, theme, and funky. And whatever wins, we'll then do another poll breaking that down into subcategories. Have another slurp while the poll trickles out. It seems to be neck and neck between the theme-based, like pirates and thieves or whatever, and the funky dungeon. These words I use to describe what we're doing, they're all arbitrary. Chat's going a million miles an hour, so if you are saying something and I miss it, I apologize. Sometimes we have moderators to help answer questions in chat, but I didn't give them any forewarning this was going to happen, so they're not here right now. Spooky vibe, says Nick Gilby. Yeah, Funky seems to be winning. We're at 101 votes. I'm going to close it in. Let's give it a few more seconds. If you haven't voted already, we're closing in just a little bit. Oh. The pirates and thieves are pulling ahead. Just narrowly. Narrowly they're pulling ahead. Mushroom pirates? That's fun. All right. I think I'm going to close that poll. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 closed. We're gonna go with some kind of a theme. So what are possible themes here? We got pirates, thieves. One like a faction. What's a faction? Wizards, right? Um, Funky Pirate seems to be a winner. Well, listen, we'll revisit Funky. I won't forget that Funky was a close second. Like tier 1 and tier 2 were very close when we were starting. Uh we're probably going to be somewhere in between. We'll probably make this a level 4 or 5 dungeon just so that both sides are as happy as they can be. We'll have a little coalition government here. Cult. Yeah, let's do cult. Excellent. Thanks, Anor. Cult. Start a poll. Bam. Poll number 3. Listen, this is progress. This is, whenever I'm making dungeons, this is kind of what I do. I sort of start with these broad overarching questions, and then I slowly narrow the scope, and I try and figure out smaller and smaller details. Whenever you're taking on a big project, that's kind of the secret, is that actually what you have to do is you have to start huge and ask yourself a big question, and then at every opportunity you get, you shrink the scope down to tiny little questions you're able to answer. That's what it's about. Typical T-Rex, thanks so much. Secret Black Market. Eldritch Pirates. Well, Pirates does seem to be winning. The Cult is just slightly ahead. Listen, I'm perfectly on board with us doing Pirate Cult, and therefore we also do Funky Pirates. And we do it at level 4, 5, 5-ish. That's a winner, right? That's everybody happy land. Robot Pirate Island. Well, I think Cult is more what we're doing. I'm burping. I apologize. Alright. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the poll. Pirates and Cults are neck and neck. So now we're going to do we all like Funky Pirate Cult? And the options are yes and no. Now, if you guys really want to make this stream take forever, all you have to do is vote no on this next one, and then we have to start over. But if we all like Funky Pirate Cult, then we have a winner. Fry Todd asks, "What do the pirate cultists worship or follow?" I think that's going to be our next question. It seems like funky pirate cult is a clear winner. Even if everybody else right now voted no, they would still be the majority. All right, that's fun. Pirate cult of a drowned god, says Dan Hartnick. That's cool. Cultists of a sea deity. Cult of the Eldritch Booty? No. Hilarious, but no. Da da da. Thanks, Alex. I have a grudge with Stephanie. This is the beginning of a long-standing D&D tuber drama. Me and Stephanie, her with Notion and me with Obsidian, fighting in the corner. We'll do Creator Clash one day. Cult of the Octopus Overlords. All right, I think yes is the winner. Oh, we're all doing pirate speak now. Obviously. Obviously, that's what we're doing. Continue futzing with my audio settings. They seem to be bothering me. I apologize if I'm blowing out the mic every now and again. I'm really trying not to. Am I planning on running this dungeon? I don't know. Maybe. I could totally imagine running this dungeon. Sentient cannons. Oh my god, there's a Pathfinder cannon golem. We should put that in here. You don't get to vote on that. That's going in here. Worshipping storms. Okay, yeah, I think the next question has to be, what do the pirates worship? You know, some people go and they ask questions of ChatGPT, but not us. We hang out together, and that's way better. What do the pirates worship? Drowned god? Hang on. What do the pirates worship? Somebody said, what got me excited? Now we're kind of picking our flavor of funky, right? I don't know that they worship myconids, but we could put myconids in there. Storms. Yeah, somebody said storms. That's right. All right, here we go. New poll. Yeah, that's right, Marcus. I don't ask ChatGPT. I ask Chat. That's way better. We'll do that when we do this for real. We'll use your joke. It's better. Ooh, this is an even split. This might be our most controversial poll yet. Who knows what's going to happen? Yeah, Todd, that's a good point. Kraken's been done before in modules. I mean, all of these things, I assume, have been done somewhere. I'm really tickled by the aboleth, but I have a weak spot for that kind of thing. Drowned God is a certain vibe, right? Oh, Storms is picking up. This is exciting. I could just watch this. This is great. I'm not going to make anything. I'm just going to look at polls. Famous things to say in November. The Aboleth is topical after the mega game. Yeah, that's right, Magnus. Magnus did join us eventually. I don't know if you were here, Magnus, when I told chat that that I thought I'd missed the opportunity. I didn't give you any heads up, so you might not be here. Oh, Drowned God suddenly peeling ahead. All right, so what I think we need to do is, this is almost everybody's voted so far. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to close this, we're going to do another poll, and we're just going to do Drowned God or Storms, right? And I'm going to add elemental storms, right? We're talking about literally like Tharizdun or something like that. People are talking phosphorus. You're talking about a ship, and some people are talking about a cove. I think once we've done figuring this one out, we're gonna figure out where this is and how big it is. Like if we're just doing 5 rooms, that's one thing. But if we want this to be a multi-session dungeon, then we're gonna need some more. Is there a good way to combine the two? I don't know. I don't think so. I think, Maddie, these are and Nathan, these are two different things in my head at the moment. Now maybe you'll really dislike that there are two different versions of this, and you think obviously this is the same thing. In which case, awesome. The fact that you have opinions means that you're going to be excited to make your own stuff. That is step one of doing art. Kári Kolbeinsson, welcome. I'm always happy to see Icelanders in chat, and these are my boys and girls. It's a lot of fun. Emergent GM, hello, everybody. If you're looking for new channels to look at, new dungeon tubers, Emergent GM does incredible videos and does not have enough views. It seems we have found a divisive topic, but Drowned Gods is ahead. And if this were a political election, that would be called a landslide victory. But here on YouTube, I don't know. This is a controversial topic. A Robbo asks, what system am I using this for? I'm probably going to be doing it in 2024 5e, 5th edition, 2nd edition. What do I have in mind versus the Drowned God? The Drowned God versus the Elemental Storms. I think if they're like elemental cultists, we're going to work with elemental connections. We're going to work with sort of plane of elements kind of thing. If they're Drowned God, they feel a bit sea hag and like, you know, Barbosa or one of those things, right? Have I checked on Sigil? I have not, Zimian. I apologize. I wish I had some sermon to deliver based on that, but I do not. Alex, hello from North Yorkshire. That's incredible. I've never been to Yorkshire. Well, that's not true. I've been to York, but I think that's in South Yorkshire. I just installed Obsidian today. Hey, fantastic. I get no kickbacks from that, but I'm a big fan, and it's for free, so give it a go. All right, I think we got to call it. I think Drowned God is a winner here. What is dead may never die. Yeah. All right, so then my question is, and this isn't going to be, York is in North Yorkshire. Well, then I've been there. I've been to the Minster, and I took a ride on it was like a riverboat up and down the river. Don't know where else it would go. 5940? How does that work? That's a good question. Funky pirate cult. So, we got to figure out why are the players going to go here? Emergent GM, on your channel, we were talking about this recently, Emergent. We were talking about, on your channel, you talked about the plot system. I would love if you reminded me of what that was. I thought it was really clever, and I really want to use it right now. But we got to figure out why the pirates are bad guys. When we tell the players there's a dungeon full of pirates, we need the players to go, we have to go kill those pirates, right? If the players go, maybe the pirates can be our friend, that's okay, that's a fine adventure. But then it's not a dungeon crawl where the players go running through and they thwack all the pirates. So what are the pirates up to? What are they gonna do? What is the scheme the pirates are trying to get through? Thank you, Alexander. These are new. I switched them in the middle of a video, and I don't think anybody noticed. I used to use a different pair for the first several videos. I've got it right here. And then halfway through a video, I pulled these off and I put these on. And I don't think anybody knew. So if you're bored and you have nothing else to do, go watch all of our videos and see which one I switch classes in. The pirates are looking for a MacGuffin. The pirates better be chanting something, says Max. Hey, Max! I work with Max. Max is amazing. Yeah, they better be chanting something, otherwise it's not a cult. That's exactly correct. Emergent says 1 second. He deleted a message. We're waiting for Emergent GM, everybody. Trying to steal secrets from a lich to present to the drowned god. Fuzzy Platypus says, hi, Mr. Arts. That's not my name. Please don't call me Mystic. That's goofy. Pirates are looking for a MacGuffin. They raided a town for ritual. Drown the world. Oh yeah, that's cool. Hoarding cannons and plundering treasure. Maybe they're trying to build the cannon golem. Emergent GM says these are this is the plot system. He sent it to me. There we go. I'll cast my screen in a second, and we can all have a look at this. Nerd? Crap. Hang on. Begone. There we go. Plot. P-L-O-T. Problem? Emergent, I'm gonna do a bit of editing here. You gotta, this, you can't get the thes in here. That's no good. P-L-O-T. Plot. Problem, location, objective, trial. So, the trial is the dungeon, right? What are the players trying to do? Where are they going? And what do the players want to solve? This is, hang on. I'll put your channel in chat here, everybody, so everybody knows where this is coming from. Logan Mitchell says they're trying to do the Euron Greyjoy, summon a kraken with lots of blood ritual to summon the drowned god. Is the drowned god the kraken? I don't know. So, problem, what do the players have to solve? Location, where does it take place? Objective, what's their goal? Trial, what obstacle is in their way? Well, I think the obstacle in their way. Oh man, there's a Wacom, like a sketch tablet behind me, and I should have just grabbed it before I started streaming, but sometimes I am not smart. Trial. God, speaking of not being smart, there we go. Wrong. Dungeon. The dungeon is the trial, right? Terrible arrow. Terrible. Terrible. There we go. Problem. Pirates keep stealing artifacts to summon the drowned god. Yeah, I mean, that does sound like a problem. I'd have an issue with that. What level would the PCs be? Lucas, we're thinking level 5. That's what we voted on earlier, and I think that's the way to go. Man's name is Daði. That's my name. I'm Daði. I want to take Rán hostage to blackmail Ægir. Get some Ásir in here. Kidnap players' relatives? Maybe. Cultist based in a cave that can only be accessed by water breathing. Pirates worship the drowned god. They would all have water breathing. That's cool. So, I think I like the idea of a pirate ship and pirate cove. I think that gets the theme across very well. It also immediately gives us a shape of a dungeon. So let's, before we do anything else, let's figure out how long is this adventure. Right? You got to know what you're shooting for here. Uh, these are the options. 3 options. Couple of sessions seems to be well ahead here. Hello to France. Awesome. Hi, everybody. Ancient Pirate King. So Emergent GM sent me an example of a problem, of a plot problem. The players are captured by pirates and taken to location a sunken ruin. Objective, they must escape. I think that's perfectly good. I think I want a dungeon you delve into rather than one you delve out of. Alright. Couple of sessions seems to be the winner, so I think we're going to call it there. I think here's what we're going to do. So we know this is going to be you know, two to 3 sessions. You know, we're stretching couple here, but I'm sure that's fine. Hi, Elder Goblin. Man, there are so many and mossy antlers here. Hi, everybody. Great seeing you. So many dungeon tubers. I have a campaign I'm running on level 1 to 8, and they're planning to fight God. You know, it's good D&D when they start off as farmers and then they fight God. Problem. What do the players have to solve? That just went. That was loud. What do the players have to solve? I think the thing here is just stop the ritual, right? It's a cliche, but we've got a cult. I think we're fools if we don't stop the ritual. It's an easy combat objective. We can stick into anything. Location. Can I go off board? No, that's not allowed. Location. Hang on. Pirate Cove. Right? Objective. Hang on. What's their goal? Their goal is to stop the ritual. Hang on, so the problem, I'm using Emergent GM system incorrectly. He's gonna send the GM cops after me. Emergently. So, objective, stop the ritual. Problem, the pirates will... If I weren't streaming, I'd be doing this on a little piece of paper in front of me. I'd have an index card. I have a stack of them over here. I'd grab an index card, and I'd do it all on there. The pirates will summon their god. You get it, right? Excellent handwriting. Nobody can complain. Booty Bay. Yes, Fork. May I recommend Millenut for this? Alright. So, 1, the players will summon their god. Actually, I don't use Millenut, but I do use Miro. And we could do this all on Miro. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Look at that. This is a Miro board. You can see it says here, Miro. Is this a one-shot? No. This is gonna be a couple of sessions. So I'm thinking basically 2 or 3 5-room dungeons. So, plot. Problem. I'm going to do everything you just saw me do again, because that's good content. P. Trial. Man, this plot stuff's really good. Here we go. Problem. Pirates will summon their god. Maybe they will sink the local town, right? Water levels are rising. Location. Shipwreck. Cove. Objective. Stop the ritual. Trial. What was the trial? Yeah, it's a dungeon. Dungeon crawl. That seems fine to me, right? You don't have to do this with an online tool. I would recommend just doing it on an index card. You can sketch these things out. And sometimes I don't sketch anything out. I just sit there and I think, and then, then we're done. But we're going to do it on a little note. Does the party each other know beforehand, or is this their first get-together? I think that's up to whoever runs this, right? Hopefully when we're done, we will have some form of a modular bit of content that you can just stick into your campaign. Whether or not the party knows each other is up to you. Magnus asked earlier, what draws the player character's attention? Why are they at the right time to stop the ritual? We'll need plot hooks, definitely, but I'm not there yet. We'll get there. The blood of the drowned god is the world's oceans, and they want to free the god of its suffering by returning it to the plane of water, says Robbie Rogers. Blood of the drowned god is the world's oceans? That's cool. So next I want to do 3 levels. 3 levels of a dungeon. They're not going to be exactly levels, but sort of, right? Level 1. I'm a big copy-paste man. I just copy-paste things, and that way formatting is easier. I tell myself, and then usually I have to redo all the formatting. Level 1. See, that's what happens. Level 1, the cove. Maybe it's a cave. The cave? No, it's cove. I think there is a cave. The cove, the cave, the ship. Does that make sense? Wow. Artist's elixir. That's not how you that's not how we engage. That's a lot. Yeah, I like Robbie's idea. You can go like nerd. If you do mind mapping, Nero's great for this kind of stuff. Cove, the ship, the cave. Alright, so here's what we do. We go back in here, and we delete this stuff. And we do a bad artist's rendition, right? We do a little squirrel here. We got a little cove, right? This is the water. Can't you see the water? Beautiful. And then we have our ship sort of crashed on here. Hang on. Look, it's a ship. And then we have the cave with mushrooms in it. These are mushrooms. I'm sure you can tell that they're mushrooms. Right? And you can see the levels, right? Does it make sense? Do the cove, number 1. ship number 2, cave number 3. So what we can do here is we can go nerd. So what is the cove all about? What is the ship all about? And what is the cave all about? And how do these things escalate? So we'll assume that the level 1 of the dungeon, the cove, is the easiest bit, and then the ship's a bit tougher, and then the cave is a bit tougher than that, right? So let's see. Start a poll. We can start a poll. What's a Q&A? Man, there's so many buttons in here. So everybody, what kind of pirates are this? Like somebody said myconid pirates earlier. We could do myconid pirates. We could also have there be all kinds of pirates. Some might be myconids and others might be not myconids. Marrow, giant octopus, other sea life. That's good, Todd. That's good. Actually, let's, in addition to this, let's grab the 5-room dungeon. Right? Entrance. What's it called? The puzzle. Setback. Climax. Hang on. Sample. Just the formatting. The little formatting gremlin in me cannot survive looking at things like this. And then the what? Climax, and then the resolution. So the cove is kind of our entrance, right? That's sort of what Todd's saying there. Protected by marrow, giant octopus, other sea life. The cove itself is not a part of the dungeon. It is blocking off the rest, right? And I think the puzzle and the puzzle is the in movie writing you would call this the break into 2 or break into 3. Basically you've got a 3-act structure, right? Hang on. Act 1, the entrance. Act 2, the setback. Act 3, the resolution. What you could decide is that the puzzle is how to get onto the ship, right? And then the setback is the ship. See, the formatting doesn't. Maybe if it unbold these every time, then maybe that will work. The pirates be slowly turning into myconids? That guy with some shoes has some good ideas on top of his shoes. That's amazing. Yes. Instead of Davy Jones, it's kind of Davy Jones, right? They've got like seaweed and stuff on them, but they're all myconitizing. That's fun. That's fun. The ship resolution. We're fools if the resolution isn't treasure, right? They're pirates. Whenever you set yourself a theme, pirates, you then continue thinking, how do I enforce the theme? Funky pirates. Well, it's not just treasure. A funky treasure, right? The ship, climax, pirate god. Listen, if it's a cult and it's a small cult and they're going to summon their god, they got to summon a god. Magnus, the drowned god is just a big old mushroom hive mind? Awesome. Yeah, we could do that. That sounds great. All right, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. We might move into Obsidian in a little bit, but I'm not there yet. So the cove. So here we just do a little art brief, basically. We tell ourselves what is the goal of the cove. How do we know that we've made a cove? Well, this is a sea-based buffer between the outside world and the ship. The pirates don't like the denizens of the cove either, right? There we go. Yep. Make it a bendy one. That's more fun. Ship, level 2. Zoom out so you can see both here. Base of the cult, where the sort of meat and potatoes culties bend the arrow, please. Bend the arrow. And then 3. This is a cave. Herein lies the drowned god. Right? Great minds think as one. All minds think as one. All hail the drowned god. That's awesome. I like this idea. Hang on, that's my Discord. Hang on, that's no good. It's my Discord with Emergent. Why is that here? Oh, because I don't have the background on. So if I go hua, then I can delete the window capture. Or at least I can block it out. There you go. So if you're watching the VOD, you can scrub back and see what Emergent GM sent me. What if the pirates sink their ship with everyone on it? This is a last-ditch effort to stop the party. Isn't the pirate... I think... Is it cooler if the ship is shipwrecked? I don't know. I don't know. What do you folks think? I was going to open Obsidian. I wanted to hide my main screen while I do it in case it's full of spoilers. Oh my god, it's full of spoilers. I'm so glad Magnus saw none of this. Alright. So go back. Now the background's still here. I gotta there we go. Did you guys know I do magic? The cove, the ship, cave. Do like that. Actually, let's just do a header 2. Big fan of trying to start organizing thoughts quickly. So let's see. All right, what do these guys call themselves? If they're all Myconids, and the drowned god is Myconid hive mind. They've been wrecked on their way, running away with something the players are chasing. Maybe. I think it's like old. I think it's this weird thing, and then the players learn there's something weird about it. Let's get the hook in here. What is this crew called? What is the funky Myconid pirates called? They could be coral myconids. You know what? That guy with some shoes. You should change your name. You are that guy with some cool ideas. I need a name for the crew. I need a name for the ship. The Toadstool Corsairs. The Deep Chorus. Mushy Marauders. Mushy makes me think of mushy peas. Deep Chorus. Like Deep Chorus. Fun guys. Listen, Furious Dan. Listen. They'd call themselves, they were a crew before the infection. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. That's good, Mossy. Yeah, that's Grant. Yeah, I like that idea. The ship is unrelated to all of this. The ship just has a name. It's just got a regular old name. And now it has this other meaning, but the pirates, well, the pirates wouldn't, I don't know if they're sentient enough to have opinions on that, but I think that's what the world would, how they would react to it. So let's say, let's try and find, we could go visit every DM's best friend, Emily from FantasyNameGenerators.com. Last time I went here, I said slander and said that she didn't have all the thing I needed when she did. So I apologize to Emily. The reef splitters. Wave splitters. Has to be coral. Does it? Does it, though? The wave splitter. I like the wave splitter as a name. Pirate Cove names. Look at that. Hornswoggle. Hornswoggle Reef. Blimey Island. Island of Turtles. Haven of No Return. Port of Mutiny. French names. Oh. The Ile des Doubloons. Hideout of Corsairs. The Port of Davy Jones. Booty Hideout. That sounds fun. I like wave splitters. There's a pirate crew names generator. Let's have a look at that. Poirot. Where is it? Is it in other gens? Poirot. Description. Pop culture. Pirate crew names. Thanks so much, Graham. Vortex Pillagers, Bullseye Rovers. I like the wave splitters. I think we're going with wave splitters. The wave splitter. Let's say 5 months ago. Didn't we want to find a cove, though? I need a cove. These are all maybe a bit. Shark Cavern. Peril Atoll. Like that. Let's do Peril Atoll. I'll die on the Booty Bay Hill. All right. If you're joining us, then let me catch you up. We went live. We decided to make a dungeon. We have arrived at our premise through a bunch of polls we did, and we decided we're going to do a sort of medium length, couple of session long, maybe 2-3 session long dungeon for level 5 characters. And the bad guys are pirate cultists, and they worship something called the Drowned God, which is in actuality a myconid hive mind. Uh, that's a wacky idea. We don't need to make it any more complicated than that. If you watched our video where I went and made an adventure from scratch, and I called it the Venkara adventure, and I tied it into the plot of my world, and we built a bunch of missions, and I spent several afternoons and evenings getting it to a state where I was ready to run it, and you thought, man, that's a lot of work. You're correct. It doesn't have to be that much work. By the time we're done tonight, hopefully we have a whole dungeon, and you could play it for several sessions. Kaude Kolbensson says, there is no drowned god, it's just a parasitic Myconid overlord. Yeah, that's awesome. Myconid coral. That's awesome. Yeah, I love that. I love that idea. So, local town. I'm going to leave it vague so that you could put it into your own world. No survivors, right? I need a nerd. What's the name of a nerd? Give me a nerd name. Scholar is a bit of an egghead. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go da 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 da. Copy this stuff over. Here we go. Oh, it's Neon Banuni. Hi. Only time we condone destroying a coral reef. It's a sentient coral reef. The hive mind could be called the reef. Yes. Brilliant idea. That guy with some good ideas continues to pop off. Engelbert Flintheart. Tim. Daði, your surname here. Eugene Eaglington. That's the winner. Oh, I clicked on somebody's account. I apologize. All right. The code doesn't need a name, but we've got the Peril Atoll here, so there's going to be an atoll out there somewhere, right? Team Eugene. Neon Turtle. A whole bunch of folks I know here in chat. Welcome, everybody. How do I get the calendar like this in Obsidian? Somebody commented on our Obsidian video pointing out to me that there's a thing called Calendarium. Obsidian is full of plugins, and I don't know how any of them work, and I don't really use them. But this is my calendar. I put it into Calendarium, which is a plugin you can just put in here. And apparently, it's pretty cool. If I go figure out some more plugins, I might make a sequel to that Obsidian video about the plugins I use. But right now, the answer is none. So the bar for me using a plugin is fairly high. It has to make my life easier. And so far, the Calendarium calendar plugin has made my life easier. I used to have Don John's calendar open every session. Now I just use this. Why can so what I'm stuck on is Eugene Eaglington has to have figured out that it's the ship. That way, this nerd can go, hey, check out the ship. Magnus says, check out the lurkers from Gloomhaven. Oh, that's gross. Look at that. Disgusting. Dead sea life. Yeah, like dead, like ocean critters. Sea life, is that a phrase that you can use without a grammar cop coming after you? Well, it's an aquarium. Hey, cool, neat. It's not my first language, but I'm always learning. And he is certain. You can always have a nerd be very certain. The players will all think he's kind of goofy, but they'll listen. AP would be platonic besties with the lurkers. Grant, I don't know. They look kind of spiky. You know, it's a toss up. We need to get a sexiness tier list for the Gloomhaven art. Right? All right. So here's what we do. It's this simple, folks. This simple. Ram Sam, no, English is not my first language. I speak Icelandic natively. Listen, Leon Banuni, don't bring your horny somewhere else. So what I want to do is I want to go open up the Nomster manual on D&D Beyond. I complain a lot about D&D Beyond, and I've made a video recently saying I don't really want to use the site anymore, and that remains true. But whenever I'm at my desk, I have a need to show stuff off, or I'm pulling up stat blocks, and that is the way to do that, annoyingly enough, which is why I complain. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to the monster manual, and we are going to open up the stat blocks that we think are interesting, right? It is literally that simple. So Myconid, let's go open up the Myconid chapter, and it's going to open up on the right spot, and then it's going to push everything down a little. Oh, look at that art. And then what else do we need? Pirates, bandits, giant crab. If we don't put a giant crab in here, we've failed. Matt Ridley, you can add stat blocks into Obsidian using a plugin. Only the 2014 rules. And at the moment I'm running 24. So I have to wait until they put the SRD into Creative Commons. And then I assume somebody's going to make that plugin. Sahuagin. We could put Sahuagin in here, but I worry that they'd steal the show a little bit. We could put a Sahuagin in here, and that will be fun. Sjö Trutl. That's a lot of Trutl phosphorus. That's like a whole bunch of them. I don't know that the level 5 players can do that. Cannon Golem. Yes, hang on. So, this. I remember this from Pathfinder First Edition. I don't know if there is a Pathfinder Second Edition version of this guy. 5th Edition SRD Cannon Golem. I don't know if this is a legal site. Cannon Golem, Bestiary 3. This looks like the First Edition version of the Canoon Golem. Look at the art. Look at this guy. That's amazing. Got like a cannon hanging off. So what is a cannon golem? Basically, like if we drill down on it, it is a very high CR construct, large, huge AC, lots of hit points. Like we could basically make this just be a stone golem or iron golem and then give him a cannon, and I think we'd roughly arrive at the same place. Counts as adamantium. Heat metal is its weakness. That's funny. And it's got a variant, a harpoon cannon. Yeah, I think we'd make a cannon golem. I think we just... God, I'm very burpy. Mimic Dream. Yes, Phosphorus, you wanted a mimic? We're not putting in 7 trolls, but we can put in a mimic. Didn't we want, do we want a giant shark in the bay? A marrow. Marrow. Somebody said marrow earlier. Todd, I think. Giant vulture reflavored as a pirate parrot. That's a really big pirate parrot. Good thing my plosives are being caught by this pop filter. Otherwise, pirate parrot would be killing everything. Let's grab a stone golem for the cannon golem. I think that's it. That's it sort of for a start at least. Mimic. Marrow. So what I do is I just go open up the stat blocks like this. Stone Golem, AC 18, 220 hit points. Yeah, I think the Stone Golem. It's even got the Force Bolt on it now. That thing's a killer. We're going to leave the Myconid page, leave the Pirate page, Bandit page. These are all useful to us. Giant Crab, look at him. Crab Raven. Oh yeah. Awesome. Crab Rave. Sahuagin. I don't know what to do with the Sahuagin. I like the idea of marrow. Seaweed Shambling Mound, says Furious Dan. That's cool. Swarm of Piranhas. Yep, that sounds fun. Oh yeah, they're not quippers anymore. That's funny. Ugh, crawling, no. Piranhas. Zuktaboy has some spore-based actions. That sounds fun. Shambling Mound. Will I share this adventure somewhere? Yeah, if I finish it, we'll put it somewhere. I don't know where. It might just end up going on the Patreon. Depends on how much work it takes to finish it up, basically. You can do a variety of spore servants to use things like Sahuagin and Marrow. I think Magnus the Marrow are going to be in the bay, but you might be right about the Sahuagin. Oh, I have no idea how much that is, but it's red. Oh my god. I love your content. Zero sources, thank you so much. I love your content. First live stream I've ever watched, but since I'm also preparing for my game, I get distracted. I almost put the crab in the middle of a dragon cult. I mean, you can. You can do that. That's allowed. P.S. My cutie is debauched, so this is less than $2. Don't forget to give a like. Cool. Thank you so much. All right. So, let's see. Bandit, crab, Sahuagin, dragon crab. Yeah, just put a dragon crab in there. That sounds fun. So, what is the climax of the cove? Alright, blimey. Neon Banuni might have a point. See, I think the marrow or the setback. Sometimes I don't write the entire word example. I just write X like that. Don't. Nobody make comments about that guy. Anyway. Marrow. How did the Funky Pirate Gults go? We're still working on them. They're going to be in here somewhere. I think. So the climax of the cave is going to be the drowned god, and we're going to go in here. Nert. Just streaming a bunch of stat blocks. If WotC takes this down, then hopefully you'll understand why there isn't a stream. Sovereign. Wait, Sovereign CR2? That's a bit shit. That's a bit shit, isn't it? Alright, let's engage with the search everything function and see if I can't find Oi. Zuggy. Uncontrolled spores. CR23, that's a bit too many. Wow, she's cute. Yeah. Isn't she's also in the DMG? There's like an art of Zuktamoy at the start telling us that we can cultivate our fungal gardens. Blimey, here she is. There you go, Neon Banuni. Teach me how to. Necrohulk. Yes, I forgot about the violet fungus Necrohulk. There it is. Spore Bomb. CR7. This is our guy. Bonus action. Absorb a body. Here's an art of this thing. Yes. See ya, Maddie. Thanks for joining. Hang on. ADHD. Okay. Small creature the Necrohulk can see. Medium or small. Target can pulled into the Necrohulk space and becomes grafted onto its body. The Necrohulk can have only one target grafted at a time. While grafted, the target is restrained. Disadvantage on con saves when the Necrohulk moves. Target moves with it. If the target dies while grafted, the body is destroyed. If the target dies while grafted, the body is destroyed. Cool. It's got a spore bomb. I apologize for the burps if that's all being picked up. I'm just a belchy boy. This is a great idea. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Fungus. See, then the setback should be the mini boss, which is the Myconid Sovereign. And what's a Spore Servant? CR1, an adult CR half? Sorry, Nick. That's funny. Nick keeps thinking my cursor is his cursor. Our cursor. Myconid expel spores in a 30-foot emanation originating from itself. Oh yeah, rapport spore. Or they have a stunned thing. That's cool. But that's an action. They can do once per day. Yeah, I bet the Sovereign has it too. Yes, but not limited. They can use it a bunch of times. Oh, right, and the Sovereign does the Spore Servants. Cool. So let's do Myconid Sovereign and... You know, I know this is how many weeks it is until it's destroyed, but we're just going to use that. I'm going to quickly do some formatting here. So what I'm just trying to do, I'm trying to work my way back from what I know I want and then fill in the stuff around it, right? So I know that I want this drowned god bad guy. So I know that's probably, because somebody suggested Violet Fungus Necrohulk. I'm like, okay, we'll put that there. And then I know that I'll want the Myconid Sovereign, the strongest Myconid, to be just before it. We're going to up this. How many hit points? 37. That's a lot. We just, the average of 2d4 is 4 and a bit. So then we need some kind of puzzle or trial or something. It doesn't have to be complicated, and then we need an entrance, but I don't know those things yet, so I'm not gonna get stuck on them, right? So here's where we have our big Myconid vibes, which means the ship is where we have our big piratey vibes, right? You see what I'm doing? We have these 3 levels. They're all 5-room dungeons. And then we are going to use the cave as our excuse to bring out all the weird fungal, myconid, whatever. We're going to use the ship as our pirate vibes, right? And then we're going to use the cove as our sea vibes. So you go from the sea dungeon to the pirate dungeon to the cult dungeon. Does that make sense? Poirot. Ah, so pirates, the default pirate is a lot tougher than the default bandit. They can charm you. They're so enthralling. Hi, darling. It's a bunch of Asterion pirates. Could the puzzle be finding the boss room? Navigate the fungal caverns? Blimey. Pistol. Yeah, that's fun. Does this one have a pistol? No. So what does charm do? Can't harm the charm. Social advantage. You cannot harm the charmer. The pirates just do that? Admiral. Wow, that could be a boss. Captain Jack. I mean. Uh, Pirate Captain. What's the name of the pirate captain, everyone? We talked about adding ghosts. Ghosts. All the pirates since 2024 Monster Manual canonically have twirly mustaches and dazzling smiles. See, but they don't though. Like the bandits got it going on. Look at these guys. All of these people can charm me, but I don't know. Captain Blackheart. Conroy Cornradish. Delver, you had me for a moment. Conroy Blackheart. Let's do that. Not Cornradish. Sorry. Sporebeard. No, he didn't know he was going to be a spore when he started life. How tough is a giant crab? Not. The answer is not tough. So we get the pirate captain. You know, the set pack is then the poop deck. Be mature, everybody. Bunch of pirates. Resolution. Captain's quarters has loot, right? Navigating the fungal caverns. What is on the what is in the entrance of the cave? That's fun. I don't know what to do with that. Conrad is Eugene's brother. You know, for some people that might be an awesome answer, but for some reason for me that I don't know why. There are hulking crabs in SKT. That'll be Storm, King's Thunder. Neener. One thing the utility value of D&D Beyond has is they can have a bunch of tabs open. If they fix the problems I have, I could also have a bunch of tabs open, but here we are. Hey, this is what we need. Yeah. Alright, cool. It's a huge, awesome. That's not how you write that word. Territorial. See? Not my first language. Thanks, Todd. Entrance to the cave is a rappel down into the depths through the broken bottom of the ship's bilges. Yeah, that's fun. See, as we go through, I added in a bunch of combat, and if your gut reaction was, oh, it's a lot of combat, are we going to do 15 combat encounters? No, not necessarily. We can do all kinds of fun challenges, and then we just have to tie those challenges into the skirmish game that is D&D. Know what I mean? I'm gonna have a little licorice sweet treat of an unspecified brand. Shambling seaweed. Yes, I forgot about the shambling seaweed mound. Maybe that is the climax of the cove. Shambling seaweed. Shambling mound, seaweed. Seems that P-Quix knows what kind of licorice-based sweet treat I was having. Can we have a map with an X on it? Hey, you know what? Put it here. Treasure map. Do I have a favorite flavor of licorice? Are there many flavors of licorice? I have a favorite licorice treat. Not sponsored, but it's this. I think it's a Nordic candy. This one feels very combat-y at the moment. No goldfish? No. So actually, I haven't bought goldfish at home, but I noticed they also have it in the grocery store next to where I work. So I've been going in there and I've been buying goldfish on the regular. And I know I ate some on stream and I was very unimpressed. And I think I bought one of those big plastic containers of it, a couple of weeks ago. I think I ate half of it today. I was just sitting. That stuff is dangerous. Yeah, American licorice is gross. That's disgusting. Where were the pirates when the townsfolk didn't find survivors? You know what? Let's change that. There we go. Actually, no. Let's say they never found survivors. Because known. See, if you just try, the spell checker will correct you. Pirates were in the caves being converted. Their myconid selves. Because these pirates are... They got myconid on them. Delver's in chat, by the way, everybody. You should go check out Delver's videos. He does like video essays on D&D and that kind of stuff. His video on the Japanese fantasy and how that connects into D&D. And Naigobi too. Listen, there are too many dungeon tubers here. I'm shouting them all out. Naigobi's also awesome. Fantastic videos there. Don't call me D&D Mr. Rogers. I mean, I'll take it, but... See, I think a hulking crab and the shambling seaweed mound, I think it's double dipping. I think it's too many of the same kind of thing, like the singular. So I'm gonna change it. It just belongs to a cluster of giant crabs. Not many, like 3 or 4 giant crabs. Enough that the players all go, hee hee hee, we're hitting giant crabs, and the crabs are all going crab rave, and we all have fun. And they don't know how weird things are gonna get, right? God damn it, Magnus, he can't out me like that. The Henry Cavill thing. Listen, you people, you're not good for my ego. It's dangerous. Sir, does the ship have a fun name? It's called the Wave Splitter. Sir. What's the resolution here? What is the what is when the players are done with the cove? Is there any way for us to give them this kind of sensation that they've achieved something, that they're having a good time? I'd love if that's a whole session, and if all you do is the cove in that one session, which is entirely reasonable. It's 3 fights. Some of you might go, that's not entirely reasonable. Right? Fair enough. But if not looking at chat, if we get to that point where we've fought giant crabs, marrow, shambling mound, is there something we can give the players so that they feel like, yes, we achieved a thing? They can see the treasure that's been stolen by the pirates. That's fun. It could be sort of like a hook, right? Naigobi, I was gonna do live stream mini painting tonight. I just ran out of time. I was in the middle of editing next Thursday's video, and then I was like, oh my god, if I want to go live, I have to do it now. So here we are. But maybe next Monday I'll set up in the living room, and I'll go paint a mini that we got sent by a sponsor, and we'll make a whole thing of it. It'll be fun. It's an easy mini, so I can paint it. I'm not that good a painter. I'll put in a little bit of effort, but it'll have to do. They saved a regular person. Hey, Mossy, gold star. That is the correct answer. They saved a member of the search and rescue party. Which means, by the way, we're changing this again. So I think we need to change it from 5 months ago. It has to be like 3 weeks ago, right? 3 weeks ago, the wave splitter crashed against the Peril Atoll, and the crew was presumed dead. The local town, fill in with your own local town, sent out a rescue party, and the rescue party never returned. Last week, a scholar in town, Eugene Eaglington, has discovered that sea levels rose around the town by a whole inch. How much is an inch? I don't know. I don't know the freedom units. It's like 3 centimeters? 2 centimeters? Honestly, I've got no idea. What's more is that he spotted more and more dead sea life surfacing around the wreck of the wave splitter. He is certain that there is something funky going on at the ship. 2.5? Oh. It's like, yeah, alright. The local lord, or the local council. Wow. Lots of people know how big an inch is. So the puzzle is then discover what happened to the search. See, what's useful about writing this blurb at the top that we did earlier is that we then discover bits of it that we can steal and put in the dungeon. No, it's not coral. What's a seaweed? See, it says right here. I'm a genius. Seaweed. There's seaweed on the side of the ship. Players could climb it. But it's a shambling mound. Alright? So, you arrive, there's a cluster of giant crabs. Crab rave, fight the crabs. Puzzle, you find the rowboat or whatever they set out here. And you discover that the search and rescue party was killed. You can see tracks leading off. You can fight some arrow. There's a climax, right? There's this shambling mound on the side of the ship, and they can find and save a member of the search and rescue party. We don't have a name for that guy yet. Ship. It's hard to get into the ship. If they can somehow get rope up there and climb up, it's just a DC 5. Check. Failing means taking fall damage. Puzzle, we're going to put in here that if they go to the gun deck, all the cannons have gone missing. Now, they won't get an answer to this puzzle immediately. And this is kind of the useful thing about the 5-room dungeon puzzle setup, or the 5-room dungeon structure, story structure, is the thing that's good with structure is it got us started, right? We just had to fill in the blanks. But as soon as we start filling in the blanks, we discover, oh, I disagree with this, I disagree with that, I want to change this, I want to change that. And you sort of morph and change and adjust the whole thing as you go along. And slowly but surely, you are no longer using a structure. It's not derivative, but it becomes your own, right? Then there is a bunch of pirates on the poop deck. Pirate captain. The captain's quarters has loot. There's a treasure map. There's a drowned god, a myconite mine called the Reef. In the cave, you can rappel down there. And again, it's a climbing isn't a skill. It's an athletics. I think it's like a, like acrobatics or something, right? So notice what we're doing, by the way. We're taxing hit points. That is what these are about. So roll. The first one's going to be tough, but they're going to set the strongest person up first, or a familiar or something. And the roll is fairly easy. But somebody might fumble, then they take fall damage, and then they're wounded. And now they're wounded through the rest of the encounter. They might take a short rest and spend some hit points. I think long resting here, we should put in a thing, right? Players long rest here, they'll encounter a roving band of Sahuagin looking for easy prey. Which means if they want a long rest, they're gonna have to go back to town. If they go back to town, I think the drowned god packs up and leaves. It realizes something's going on, and it's gonna pack up and it's gonna leave, it's gonna move its base to somewhere else, and it's gonna continue its plans in secret. Right? So they have to do it all in one go, so we're gonna have to balance it so that it's possible to do it all in one go. One person leads one party member a, let's say a DC 15 survival check. I know how to type. Swear to God. Then we're going to reduce the adults number down to 2. So if they fail this check, if they fail the puzzle check, there are more spore servants, right? These are all adding to the game element. There's the search and rescue team, yeah, but then there's also these things that will tax your hit points as you go along, and you'll create, you'll deal with pirates, you'll fight pirates, you'll get loot, you'll get treasure, but you're slowly whittling away at hit points if you're failing checks, or in this case, you fail a check and you make the next fight tougher. Does all that make sense, everybody? Now, are we done? If this were to be published in a book, this is not done. This requires a lot of work. We have to make a map. We have to name all these things. We have to write out a bit more fluff. We have to detail the loot. We have to do the encounter balance. This is effectively an outline. But I don't know how often I have run an adventure like this based just off an outline. I don't know how often I've just gone and, well, this is all I had time for. It is now 6 o'clock. It's time to start the game, or whenever you start playing, and this is all I have in front of me. And then I start doing the math on the fly. It's not that complicated. I'd probably make there be 3 crabs, maybe 4 marrow, 1 shambling mound, and then see where we're at. You know what I mean? Thanks, Neon Banuni. I think this is a perfectly good outline. I think this is enough to run the adventure if I had to. But I think getting it to a state where I could send it to somebody, I think it would take another couple of hours like this. We would have to make some maps or do some illustrations. And then maybe this would be an adventure that you could buy and read in DM's Guild or whatever, right? I'm not saying that's my plan. I'm saying that's what you could do if you spend a bit more time on it. But I think we might just be done. You guys want to do a bit of encounter math first? We could do a bit of encounter math. Let's do a little bit of encounter math. Then I think we have a ready outline. Right? And then we'll wrap it up. Plan encounters. Man. Combat encounters. Here we go. Parties level 5. Giant crab is CR 20. CR 1. That's 25. I have no idea. I have no idea how the new encounter balance rules actually shake out. I haven't done enough testing with them. But let's say 4 giant crabs, right? How tough is a marrow? 450? All right. That's more reasonable thing to think about. 450? So if I put... Listen. If I put... 3 of them, then that is a very difficult encounter. So that is probably too much, right? So we are just going to go ahead and say there's a pair of marrow here. That's probably going to be fine. Shambling mound. Wow. That's above the thing. That's probably fine. We'll just leave it there. I think they could take 3 marrow. I think so. Level 5 characters. Let's have a look at the marrow. Poison condition, harpoon. That's a bit scary. Hit points 45. I'm going to stick to 2. I'm going to stick to 2 marrow because we want it to be a sort of long-ish. Hang on. Guster Posey, you're right. It's 11. It's per character. Lol. That makes sense. That makes more sense. So what, we assume 4 or 5? Now we're talking. Now that makes sense. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. Let's do 5 marrow. So hang on. 500 times 5. You're just seeing how bad I am at math right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's do 6 marrow. Would it be better to have 2 windows side by side? Yeah, that would be way better. That'd be way better. There we go. Shambling mound. We just need the one shambling mound. Thanks so much. That guy with some awesome ideas. Thanks. That's really appreciated. Pirates. Poirots. Here we go. So let's shoot for a medium pirate encounter. Medium pirate encounter. All right. Here we go. Now this is pod racing, right? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Hang on, that's no good. Can we pair it up with Fun Bandit? Yeah, Bandit Captain. Bandit Captain gets a pistol. Bandit Deceiver. That's fun. Bandit Crime Lord. What about the Bandit Captain? Bandit Captain's a little higher CR. So hang on. 750 times 5 minus 450. That'll be our big bandit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hell yeah. Let's do... Yeah. Let's do 14 pirates and 2 pirate. That's a lot of bad guys. That might be too much. Like, action economy-wise, it's probably too much, right? Do the bandits get to attack? Okay, we're not doing that. Bandit Captain is the first mate. Actually, then we can use the Bandit Deceiver. What's the Pirate Captain CR? 6? What I want to do is 8 and 1 something else, but I don't know what. Hang on, isn't the Guard Captain pretty dope? There we go. Guard Captain. Yeah, let's do a Guard Captain. So 750 times 5. We'll subtract 1100 for first mate, which is going to be our Guard Captain. 450 for the 2 tanks. They're going to be our bosuns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's fine. We're not going to let the players come to the Pirate Captain. We're going to get that setback encounter is going to go for a round or 2, and then we're going to have the Pirate Captain, the Stat Block Pirate Captain, the CR6 Pirate Captain, Captain Conroy Blackheart. is going to emerge out of his quarters and fight. Yeah, good point, Todd. They'll have extra attack. Yeah, they'll also have a fireball. Yeah, it's probably fine. Then let's check the math on the Sovereign. I'm assuming that's going to be a little wacky. Hang on. I saw the swarm of piranhas. If the players fight in the water, they'll be attacked by a swarm of piranhas. Do I really write for a living? Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ. Okay. And this Violet Fungus Necrohulk, we're going to have to buff it. We're going to have to make a boss out of this. So, double the HP. Legendary actions. Slam. Let's go back to Zuktamoy. Zuktamoy. Ah. Couldn't figure that one out. Alright. Let's deal the mind control spores. I'm gonna lower this down to like a fucking 12. And what else has this guy got? Absorb body. Let's just give him a move. That makes him feel nimble, and maybe that's not right. Here we go. So, we're going to give the Drowned God some legendary actions just to increase it in the action economy. Hey, Madruga. See you later, Bryce. And Chen, both of you, thanks for joining. Chef Coach, is there a general rule of thumb of how much XP and encounters should be used in the entire 3 dungeons combined? Sadly, no. If they can get a long rest, you don't have to ignore that. You can just sort of ignore that. But if you're assuming they do this all in one day, we're trying to get our way up to 6 encounters here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Awesome. That's right in the 6 to 8 encounters in a day thing. Well, there's a daily budget. I know there is one in 2014 D&D, but I don't know that there is one in the new rules. I don't know that that's here. Top ritual. Awesome, that's us. Why is everybody shocked? Yeah, it was removed in the new rules. I think so. Alright, listen, we have an outline, right? Let's run through it one more time, but this is our outline. 3 weeks ago, a pirate sailing ship called the Wave Splitter crashed against the Peril Atoll, and the crew was presumed dead. The local town on the mainland sent out a rescue party, and it never returned. Last week, a scholar in the local town, Eugene Eglinton, has discovered that sea levels rose around the town by a whole inch. What's more is that he spotted more and more dead sea life surfacing around the wreck of the Wave Splitter. He's certain that there's something funky going on at the ship. The local town council is offering a bounty for finding the rescue party. And we put in a thing here saying that if the players rest, they'll encounter a roving band of Sahuagin looking for easy prey, so you cannot rest while doing this dungeon. The cove is in here. That's the sort of we should rename this Peril Atoll, right? It is a sea-based buffer between the outside world and the ship, and it's got giant crabs, a swarm of piranhas, marrow, shambling mound. These are not things the pirates put there on purpose. These are just things that exist in the wilderness, right? These are maybe the things that caused the ship to shipwreck. We don't know. Can the pirates be pink? Absolutely. They're coral pirates. They can be pink and blue. All the colors of all the pride flags. The ship. The wave splitter. You can get onto the ship. There is a bunch of cannons missing on the poop deck. On gun deck, sorry. The poop deck is full of pirates. There's a pirate captain. And the quarter has loots. There's an entrance where you can rappel down. You have to navigate some tunnels. All of this might tax your hit points or it might not. Then there's a fight against the Myconids, which are the sort of fully turned pirates. These other pirates. These. A little Myconidy, right? They're all a little covered in coral. Then you get in here, these guys are fully coral creatures. They're walking around, they're gonna slam the heroes. Then you fight the Drowned God, which is our buffed up Violet Fungus Necro Hulk. Pithy. We double the hit points, we give some legendary actions. I haven't written this up yet, but we'll get there. And then in the resolution, there is Funky Pirate Treasure, and we're not done. A cannon golem guarding it. Right? This is a perfectly good outline, and this is plenty to run several sessions of D&D. If you are in a pinch, and you're like, oh my god, what do I do for D&D tonight? Here you go. You can run this. There's a cove. If your players are like level 4, 5, 6, this is probably fine. You might have to add some monsters or remove some monsters. You might have to buff things and, unbuff things. But, by the way, that's how it works if you run a pre-published adventure. It's not that different. If you join me next time, I might be painting a mini, but if you join me maybe the time after or the time before, we'll see. But we might revisit this idea and go make a map and do some encounter balancing and sort of flesh it out. Or we might not. I don't know. I believe that's where we'll pick it up next time. Thanks so much for joining, everybody. This was a lot of fun, and I think we really made a very cool dungeon together. This channel is run by me and my girlfriend, and if you feel like supporting us, you can become a channel member or join our Patreon, where we have firearm rules that I would use with these pirates. I would give them all firearms. And next month, we're planning on doing a new class, which will be out... No, sorry, this month, in March, there will be a new class, which will be out soon, hopefully, called the Warlord. So if you're excited to see that, I recommend checking it out. I believe that's everything. If you're feeling especially generous, make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified when we release new videos. And I'll try and stream, to answer your question, Ignacio, I'll try and stream on Monday nights here. So that is this current time, starting 2 hours earlier than the current time, wherever it is you are in the world. But I might occasionally do a little bit of bonus streaming if I can. We'll see. Other than that, thanks so much for watching, and